Hi everyone, Chef Di here. We are in for a treat. Go. Gotta work on the time here. I'm gonna do my intro. Let me know that you can hear me. I always begin with an intro and I end with another one. I'm opening the interview with Chef JJ, with the Queen. Make it happen. Chef JJ knows how to make it happen. And we're going to find out all about him. If you know, you know. If you don't know, by the end of the interview, you're going to know. Make it happen. All right. When you come into the chat, just let me know where you're checking in from. And I want to get going because Chef JJ will be here any minute. If you know, you know, but if not, you're going to find out all about this incredible chef. I see him. All right, Chef, I'm going to do a quick intro and then I'm going to bring you on. Go. Chef JJ Johnson has a long list of accomplishments and accolades. And I'm only going to touch the surface because we got time here, people. He's the creator and founder of Ingrained Hospitality and the owner of 3, soon to be 4, Field Trip restaurants. 4th one opening up in the Bahamas summer of 2024. He is a James Beard Award winner and nominated 4 times and a semi-finalist for the 2024 Best Chef in New York. I got more. He is the TV host of a TV show called Cleo, 5 seasons in. He is the author of 2 books. If you don't have, please run and get them. This beautiful, I don't have time, but trust me, you will be blown away. It is called The Simple Art of Rice, a New York Times Best Cookbook of 2023. Best Fall Cookbook for Forbes, Eater, New York Mag, and Delish, and more. Get the book. And the first book that he did with Alexander Smalls, a beautiful, beautiful collaborative. Let me bring him in so I can finish the interview. Et voila. Et voila. Pop up. And if you don't pop up, then you'll go out and in. Okay, so if it doesn't pop up, Chef, I don't know. Sometimes it's 3 times the charm. So I recommend you come out and come in. So come out and come in, and I'll finish your bio. Field Trip is listed as Esquire's 2020 Best New Restaurant, and Chef JJ was featured on Forbes 30 Under 40 with over 140,000 followers on Instagram. He's a true personality all over social media. He's a hubby to phenomenal wife and nurse. Shout out to the nurses. And father to 2 twins. Well, twins are 2. Duh. He's a true entrepreneur who before Field Trip had 5 businesses. All right, let's get him on. Let's do this, Chef. Et voila. Accept. Et voila. Count to 3, and he'll be there. I don't know why it takes 3 times to make this happen. Hang in there, Chef. Go live with Chef. Et voila. There you go.
How are you?
There you go. How are you?
Great.
I know you're great, and I know you're on limited time. I'm going to get right to know you are a man on a mission. So, I appreciate your time. Just back from Florida doing the Sobe.
Yeah, I got back from Sobe. I'm still recovering. It was a great trip. The cookout was fire.
I bet.
My dinner was amazing. So yeah.
And I nearly made it to your dinner at the James Beard. I hit the button too late and you were sold
Ooh,
out. Oh my God, I
no.
begged. I told them to put me in the back with the dishes, but they wouldn't
No,
let me
we would
in.
never do that. Yeah, there was a
Well,
long wait list for that, so I apologize.
it's all right. I'll be back. All right, let's get into this. And everyone checking in, let me know where you're checking in from, or let me know what you want to know from the step. All right, question number one, Rice and the Connector. You wrote a beautiful book, which everyone should have, and if
Oh, The
not,
Simple
by
Art of
the
Rice.
end
Yeah,
of their
yeah, pull
lives,
up.
you
Yeah.
all have to buy it. What are you waiting for? The Simple Art of Rice, New York Times bestseller. And I recently heard an interview with you and Chef Jose Andres, where he said, rice is the connector, connecting the dishes and the cultures together. And as different as we all are, we are much more the same. In 2011, you took a trip to Ghana with chef and owner Alexander Smalls, and I learned that it was a profound experience for you, perhaps even a fork in the road moment. It changed how you looked at food, meals, community, and even the vision that you had for yourself. After working in Ghana, there was even more traveling around the world, including India, Israel, and much more. So, chef, what drew you to your connection that you have with rice? And did the paradigm of what you learned around the world realize you were onto something much bigger than just feeding people?
No, I mean, rice is great. I grew up with rice in my grandmother's kitchens. It was always a connector in my family. It was always a thing. Um, and I never would ever think that I would be putting rice in front of people every day in multiple locations with Field Trip and writing a book about it. But yeah, traveling the world, rice was always at the center. People always loved it. Me and Jose Andres were talking about it. Different verbiage, different places, different dishes called different things, but all the same thing at the end of the day. Um, and yeah, you see, I'm wearing a hat. Rice is culture is what we believe in at Field Trip. It's one of the things that I love, but it can't be bleached. It can't be enriched.
Okay.
Can't be any of that stuff. We're talking about really good rice. We're talking about whole grain rice. We're talking about a cash crop. We're talking about something that's enriched in America. And the goal is to help people, reclaim rice in the right way and eat it the way it's supposed to be eaten.
I love that. And I love in all of the research I did about you, how you really learned about it's such an important part of the meal around the world. Like it really is
Oh yeah, yeah,
prevalent
yeah.
in
You can
so
talk
many other
to anybody.
countries.
Everybody that's joining, throw in your rice dishes you grew up on that defines your family. We'd love to see what they are.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Put it in the chat,
we
your favorite family
rice
heritage
dish.
rice
Yes.
dish. I love that. Okay, question number two. You are a true entrepreneur. After graduating CIA, you worked with many chefs, you ran a corporate dining room, you opened up Chef's Table, and then you decided to open up Field Trip with the first location in Harlem, a fast casual haven where people from all walks of life gather to enjoy flavorful, health conscious, and affordable meals. There were a whole lot of no's that came flying your way and a whole lot of doubt when you mentioned you're going to open that in Harlem. Well, you showed the doubters. And now you have three locations, Uptown, Midtown at Rockefeller, and then the new location in the Bahamas coming in the summer. So you are truly a force to be reckoned with. Your radiant joy in what you do and your generous heart and how you lead is really shown through your team. So what qualities do you think that you own that make you different from other chefs and entrepreneurs? And how do you like to mentor other young people who want to get into the field?
Um. Well, that's a fully loaded question.
I,
Um.
I like to do fully load.
I would say that the first step is you made it seem like I accomplished so much in such a little bit of time. I want to make sure people realize, like, I graduated culinary school in 2004, my associate's 2007 with my bachelor's. I've been at this as I ran it with a friend I cook with, in South Beach last week. We 23 years, so come out of culinary school, worked in a lot of kitchens in New York City. 2011, I went to Ghana, helped open up the Cecil, rocked out the Cecil for 4 years, a lot of claim to my fame. With somebody that gave me a shot with Alexander, and then figured I worked really hard for them. Imagine if I worked that hard for myself. And that's when I opened up Field Trip. And in between Field Trip, we had Chef's Club work. I did a little residency at Chef's Club that popped off. I did a partnership thing at the Life Hotel at the Henry, which was epic, which I still believe shit would be going today if you partner with the right people. And we have Field Trip. So I've always had entrepreneur spirit. I tried to get my parents to refinance their home when I was a young kid because I wanted to be a franchisee owner of Cold Stone in the Poconos. So I've always been trying to make it go, make it pop. And, leadership skills, I try to empower people. I try to make it a very safe space for folks. I try to hire the best person always. And I hope, the people that I hire believe in what I do to believe in my dream. And I'm a firm believer without the people, you're just as great as the people that are around you.
Very true, but not everyone knows that, and it
Yeah,
shows.
yeah. I mean, that's called leadership. Mike, I love that you like the rice pudding, Spanish rice in your house. Okay, I see you. And I love when people throw rice recipes out, rice dishes, rice, eggs with garlic, onions, and bacon. I think that's in my cookbook. So I
Yeah,
actually grew up with that. Yeah.
everything better with bacon. Yeah, throw in your favorite dish from the book, and if you haven't read the book yet, what are you waiting for? Throw in your favorite dish from your family. All right, so number 3, you were nominated yet again for James Beard's Best. Well, honey, I've got to put it on. This is like major. This is major. So hold on. This is good stuff here. You were nominated yet again for James Beard Best Chef 2024. Drop the mic. You are in your 5th year of your show on Clio. You own 3 field trips. You were interviewed all over the place. You were just on GMA. You have over 140,000 followers on your IG. I have 9 million. You're catching up to me. You are papa to twins. You are hubby to a wonderful wife who's a nurse. And you are truly active and present in your family life. You always have a radiant smile and an infectious laughter to follow. How, Chef JJ, do you do it all? What keeps you sane and grounded in a really hardcore competitive
What keeps me
field?
staying and grounded? My mom, my aunt Jeannie, my wife,
Oh,
Lisa Cash, my sister. I mean,
family.
listen, I'm just like every day is a different day. Like you could be talking about how great I am right now, and tomorrow could be something totally different. I just take every day as its own. I'm very fortunate to be living my dream. I've always wanted to cook. Food is the greatest connector. I'm able to employ folks. My goal is to help reshape what the industry looks like and feels like. And yeah, it's fun. Like if it's not fun, then we shouldn't do it. If it's stressful, then yeah, everything is stressful. Nothing is easy. If it was easy, we all would do it. But yeah, I'm just very thankful to kind of live my dream, and I think give a different perspective for my kids, and hopefully, my parents, they work really hard to make sure I'm at where I'm at today, or collectively my whole family. Without, a lot without my family, I wouldn't be there. I lived with my aunt in New York City when I couldn't afford rent. Um, my grandfather was a co-signer on my student loan. There's a lot of family behind it. Uncle Donald was force feeding me food to make sure I really wanted to be a chef. So there's a lot of moments through life. My dad championed me to live my dream. So I think a lot of what I'm doing is not to let down folks. I think even with the folks that believe in Field Trip or the JJ brand, I don't want to let them down. And it's just fun. Like we're just having a good time while we do it. We're cooking really good food, and we're changing the way people look at the food scene. Like you think about 10 years ago when the Cecil came about, there was, not to say that there wasn't any the food of the diaspora, but when people were talking about the food of the diaspora, they were talking about 116th Street and Little Senegal, right? And what we did there, we really shook it up. And now you see a lot of food of all diasporas. People are feeling very comfortable cooking the food of themselves. And I get reminded that sometimes from folks about what the restaurants that we're seeing, what we're doing. Like, hey, that's you, man. That's your grill. That's you. You inspired somebody to do that. So I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see folks that look like me and don't look like me rocking it out, believing in the food. But yeah, I just have a good time and work with people I want to work with. And thanks, Roland. I'm always talking that talk. Roland always bigs me up. But I have to say, what is Trinidadian pilu? Like, drop me that, show me that recipe, because now I feel bad that that's not in the cookbook. And
Yeah, we need to know more about that.
every time I ask people to put their rice dishes out there, there's so many rice dishes in the world that I feel like I left so many cultures out. But that's what's up.
Well, you might have to do another
I
book
might. My
in your
grandpa was
free
from Barbados.
time.
You know, I'm a little Bayesian, so us in Trinidad always got a little beef in the streets across the
Well, someone
Atlantic.
did mention the collard green and rice
Oh,
soup
yeah,
on
one of
page
the
208. So
really
if you don't know
good
what we're
soup.
talking about, where have you been? Get the book. But before I move on to the next question, I just got to tell you, yeah, I'm shouting you up a lot because I think so many of your values are values that are essential. And I am a chef, and it's a wacky profession and can be really dysfunctional. But your thread of wanting fairness and to invite people that maybe don't have opportunities, but to have fun and love what you do. I mean, for me, that's really phenomenal. So thank you for that. All right. You ready for number 4? Wait, I can't hear you. You can hear me? Where did you go? Yeah,
Hear you now?
I can hear you. Yeah. No, now I can't hear you. Take the take the ear pod off. Oh, now I can hear you. Okay.
Go ahead. We can
All
keep
right.
going.
All right. We're nearly done. If you have any favorite recipe, if you have any questions, throw them in. JJ's better at reading than I am, obviously. All right. So more shout outs for you. You are truly a family man. Father of twins, beautiful wife. Shout out to your nurse, your wife who's a nurse. Every Sunday you had family meals with your beloved grandmother, BB. Bebe, BB. I hope I'm pronouncing that
You're right.
right.
You're saying it right.
Okay. And it was a valued ritual in your family back in the Poconos in Pennsylvania. Your field trip team is phenomenal. I have to give them a shout out. I had a friend in the hospital at Morningside for 2 months. I was there every day, and they treated me so well. And they even gave a discount to all the nurses that I was working at while I was there. It blew me away. The level of service is what I would have from Danny Meyer. I just was
That's
blown
great to
away.
hear.
I really mean it. Like they replied to me on Instagram. Who does that? I mean, and I know I have 9 million followers. Anyway, I ate there every day. They were phenomenal. It really blew me away. So, question is, where in your wealth of training and in your tight family connection did you realize how valuable being kind is in leadership, especially in the hospitality industry, which can be ruthless?
I'm a firm believer you treat people the way you want to be treated. Um, I mean, the hospitality at Field Trip is because of our director of operation, Lisa Cash. We believe in like that you go to a lot of fast food or a lot of somebody put in an arsenic question that I was waiting
Yeah.
for it.
Really? I've
We'll
never
get
heard
to it.
that.
We'll get to
Okay, is
arsenic.
that a joke? It
Um,
went over my head.
no, it's a good one.
Okay.
People like when you go to a lot of fast food spots, you don't get hospitality, right? You really only get hospitality when you are in a full service restaurant.
Yeah.
And we wanted to make sure that we give people hospitality and treat people really kind and let them know like, hey, I come from a full service space. I want you to be greeted. I want somebody to say goodbye. I want to make sure we're saying thank you. And like when you open a door to a fast food restaurant, you don't know who's going to walk in. There's no reservations. Like you just open the door and you hope. that somebody walks through the door. You know what I mean? You just hope that it might be a line, and a lot of that, is really risky. Um, so yeah, we try we treat people the way we want to be treated, or the way I want to be treated. I'm a big firm believer of trickle down effect. So I treat the staff really well. The staff knows to treat our guests really well and treat each other really well. It's very rare that you'll walk into a field trip and see people arguing with each other. Everybody's human. It might happen, but it's not something that we believe in or empower, right? We're big on
They were
that.
really
I
happy.
yeah, I appreciate you saying this.
They
Like Danny Meyer, you walk
were
into a Shake
phenomenal.
Shack. Thanks.
Yeah.
You walk into a Shake Shack, the hospitality is great. And it goes from there. Now, before I talk about it, everybody should wash their rice.
I know.
So if you don't wash
I
your
knew that was
rice, I
coming.
don't know why we keep talking about this. Bobby Flay don't wash his rice. I told him I'm gonna pull up to be
I
Bobby
heard
Flay
that.
so I could just show him why he should wash his rice. Ron Sanchez doesn't wash his rice. What I'm learning is a cultural thing. But like, listen, rice grows in water. Like it grows in water. There's dirt, right? It's milled. It's packaged. It comes in a truck. It gets delivered. Why are we washing rice? I think a lot of people that don't, when they think about washing rice, they don't think about washing rice because they're box rice cookers, right? And all that spices and everything is in the box. We're not talking about box rice. We're talking about rice. Let's talk about jasmine rice, basmati rice, in a bag, in a burlap bag, from the farm, freshly milled. You need to wash your rice. You wash your mushrooms. You wash your lettuce. You wash your potatoes. You scrub them. The same thing with rice. There's no reason. Wash it so the water runs clear and go from there. And then on the arsenic level, yes, there's arsenic in rice. There's arsenic in mostly all food that we eat. It's in the soil, right? And that's why we have to take care of our land. That's why we have to look at climate change. That's why we need to really pay attention to what we're doing, because arsenic is there, and arsenic is a lot of arsenic is in this method of rice growing that we shouldn't be doing, that's about to start changing. So,
Right. That's a whole
so
different
yeah, a whole
conversation.
different
Have
conversation.
you
So yeah, I just
heard?
wanted to touch on
I've
that.
never heard the
Oh yeah,
question about arsenic and
arsenic is big, it's huge. It's a huge conversation. But listen, everybody wants to beat up rice because it's not a cash crop anymore. When rice was a cash crop, people were telling you to eat rice, but the moment rice didn't become a cash crop anymore, that's when it started going downhill. But that's a different time for us to hang out and talk.
All right. Where can I get that hat?
You can pull up. Field Trip has it. It's Patricia when you see her. You know
Uh,
Patricia.
No, I don't, but I will do. I'm a hat girl. I'm a beanie girl. All right. Number 5. And then if you want to throw in anything after, healing fully, living freely. I began a business in 2023 as a chef and a health coach to help people look at health through a different lens, guide them out of the fear and confusion and into clarity and balance. I was diagnosed as a diabetic, type 1 in 2018, no family history, knocked me down, and I came back up and I'm crushing it.
Congratulations.
So
Good for you.
thank you. I applaud you, Chef JJ, for having such healthy meals at Field Trip. So as a father to twins and a hubby to a nurse, someone who keeps everyone in line and fit, I like to ask everyone this question that I interview. How does healing fully, living freely, what does it mean to you? And how do you bring it not only into your family, but into your community and restaurants that you're opening?
I think for me is, when you look at the Black community, we don't really get a lot of good for you choices. I'm watching it now in Harlem, right, 125th Street, with all the new fast food coming in. It's all fried chicken. We got Dave's Hot, we got Raising Cane's, we got
Oh,
Panda
Wendy's.
Express.
Yeah.
We got, like, I mean, how much fried chicken can we have in our community? You know? And then also from a developer standpoint, it's like, why aren't you going after better for you brands? Like, they don't believe that we want to eat better, right? We come from a very much of, rice, legume, vegetable households as Black and people of color. So I think that's why we did Field Trip. We put it there. We put it in the hood in Harlem to give people a better choice, and where some of my family live, and an apartment close by where I would go to and hang out. And I think it's just important to give people better for you choice. if they opt in for it, they got the choice to do it. If they don't, totally get it. But it is really devastating to see like communities on the food that's in certain communities or what's on the grocery store shelves. I'm a firm believer of like if you don't see something in the grocery store you like, tell the store manager and they'll get it for you. You'd be really surprised. Um, but yeah, living. What did you say? What is it?
Oh,
Freely, and I cause I'm
healing
free. I'm
healing fully,
I live,
living freely.
so
What does that mean to you?
living freely is with a smile on your face and having a great time. And healing for me these days is really health first, really working out and being health conscious because as you get older and as you start to get to know your family's genetic background, you need to make sure you're taking care of yourself or and you don't want to be on those type of medicines. So and food is that vessel to help. So yeah, um, you know. Those are the things I love. What's up, Steph? I see you there. Steph just joined, went to college together. What's up? Yeah.
All right. Well, that's beautiful. You've got a lot of questions. Is it healthier to air fry by
What
convection
would you do,
cooking or
chef? What would you do, chef? Would you
I
air
don't air
fry?
fry.
Do you
I don't air fry.
do you convection cook versus oil fry?
I don't air fry. I know it's a trend. I convection cook, I oven cook, I saute, but I don't air fry. Um, Last night in declaration about the Branzino, I figured it out.
Oh yeah, we did
Check your
Branzino
DM. All
last
right,
night.
we
We
have a
did Branzino.
Branzino issue
We
here.
did
Hopefully
Branzino
you
on
know.
Just Eats. We did Branzino on Just Eats.
Oh, you
So
did?
yeah.
And how did you do it?
I think we did whole fish. I gotta look back.
All right, well,
So many
who's the
episodes.
young lady
I
who
got
wanted to know
it.
about
I'm
it?
gonna hit her. I hit her in the
Nadine.
DM. Nadine, I
All
got you in the DM. Don't worry.
right, don't leave her hanging. She's
Never,
got a Branzino question.
never.
Okay, so I'm that's my wrap. What are you excited about in 2024? Where can people find you?
I'm
Someone wants to
excited to
know if
be.
you're opening in San Diego.
San Diego. Well, maybe one day. Um, I'm super excited to be nominated or long listed. I mean, I say nominated, long listed for James Beard Best Chef of New York. It's one of the
Oh,
hardest
you did a whole
categories.
fish in salt. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the hardest categories in all the beard awards. I'm very thankful for that. Super excited for field trip coming to Atlantis in the Bahamas. We'll probably be open the first week of July, and just so much more to come. We're always working on some stuff and cooking stuff up. And I'm also excited about hiring people. It's one of the most things I get excited about these days. So,
Yeah, definitely in New York, wherever all of you are.
and thanks for
New York is
having
always
me.
in need.
It's a pleasure chatting with you, and we'll get you a
Oh,
beanie. Um,
I want a
and
beanie.
I'll see you soon.
You better. I want to come to another dinner, so I got to hit that button when you go live. I
We'll hit
can't
you on the
wait.
side. We'll hit you on the
All right,
side.
I
Don't worry.
got to come. All right, you're the best.
Talk to you
Thank you,
soon.
Chef.
Thanks, everybody.
And everyone, I'm going to do a quick wrap up. So hang in there while Chef leaves. Thank you for your time. Oh my God, that was phenomenal. If you don't know, you know now. Okay, buy the book. Buy the book. I mean, I'll just show you a little bit. I'm going to show you really pretty. I mean, come on, people. Come on. If you don't know me, I'm Di. I do chatting with Di. I'm Chef Di. I am a chef. I've not had hair and makeup. I'm so appreciative for all of you being here. It's a great crowd. Chef JJ is just, he's a gem. He's the real deal. He's a hard worker. He's had a lot of no's in his life and he keeps on pushing through. He's a family man to his immediate family and he's a family man to his grandma, Bibi, and his grandpa and all of his relatives that get together and the roots that they have in Poconos and Barbados and Puerto Rico. There's a lot to learn from him. So please buy his book and then his former book is here and root for him when he's nominated for James Beard. So I'm going to do the final wrap up. And if you want to know who I interview, or you really don't care, but I'm going to tell you, I interview people who teach me, inspire me, and make me laugh. One or all three. Chef JJ does all three of them. He teaches me, he inspires me, and he makes me laugh. So I'm going to wrap up with something kind of fun. And thank you all for coming here. What a man. Chef JJ. All right? He's a good man. He's a kind man. He's a talented man. He's a funny man. Thank you all for coming. Follow me. I do put this on my YouTube channel, Chatting with Di. If you have any questions, DM me. If you want to buy the book, buy the book. I'll show you a couple. Look at this. Thank you for sharing him. I love him always. Have a great day, Nadine. Good luck with the Brandino. What a man. Chef JJ. Buy the book, people. All right. No, I don't want to have a baby, but buy the book. All right, one more. All right, that's it, people. Have a great day. Over and out. Chatting.